Boop.
And social medias.
Who knows? It's terrifying. What's up? What's up? What's up? Is it going to happen?
Yes, yes, it is. We're live.
Oh, man. It went live in Britannia before it went live stateside. It's terrifying.
Ooh.
Petrifying. Stupefying. What is going on, beautiful people? We're getting ready for Linux Weekly, daily Wednesdays. We're going to talk about all the hot, steamy, gossip. We're just going to talk about some Linux stuff that we found interesting. This is the little bit of pre-show, just getting everything set the gosh darn heck up. And that's my story. I'm going to stick to it, man. I'm going to stick to it.
It's Wednesday. It's hump day. It's that day of the week. It's not Monday. It's not Friday. Everyone's kind of meh on it.
I don't know, man. Wasn't like the traditional Lord's Day Monday, not Sunday? Not 100% on that.
There were a couple of places where, like, the seventh day was Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
There are other places where the seventh day is Sunday. I don't know about Monday.
I don't know.
Uh,
Do not.
In Portugal, the seventh day is Saturday.
It is?
For all that, yeah.
Then what do you do on Sunday? Is it just like a void?
It's the other day of the weekend.
Portugal's strange, man.
There are more than a few Catholic leftovers in Portugal, which they would do well to get rid of them because no one cares.
Hey, man, you guys did a pretty bang-up job spreading some religion back in the day.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Teeny tiny island called Timor, off the coast of Indonesia. Brazil. Macau. What else? What else? India. There was a little bit of India. Till the British came in. Japan.
Yeah, that one didn't stick, Brad.
No.
You know, it wasn't the Portuguese that messed up Japan, it was the Dutch. But then again, most of the time, it's usually the Dutch.
The Portuguese went there and like, oh, this is actually a civilized land. Huh.
Also, they're going to kill the life out of us if we don't dial back this religious type stuff.
Yeah. And they did.
They got Strider. You say that, it sounds very nefarious, Jill. Pixar didn't happen. We'll see what the stream delay is.
Can you imagine? Jill, Steve Husband, Strider, and Empty in a car? It's like the setup of a bad joke.
Hey man, it's taken me 5 years to put this practical joke together. This is like the most elaborate thing I've ever done. Just wait. We have sent you our one and only leprechaun. Or one and begotten leprechaun.
They're hard to come by, so don't ruin Empty for us.
But
Or,
again,
you know, do.
in
Might
all
actually
fairness,
be fun.
It could be a crackhead. It could got a hold of the wrong stuff. Of course. Oh man. What was that?
Hmm?
Did you just make noise?
No. I'm just rubbing my hands because it's a bit cold.
It's 10 degrees.
Yeah, no, it's 3.
Okay, are you clicking something?
No.
Like snap, crackle? Was that what I'm... All right, I'm just making sure I'm hearing things then, which is the other explanation.
Nothing that I heard. But then again, these headphones do a really good job of not letting me hear much of anything else. Good on you, Corsair. Good pair of headphones. No. See, that wouldn't work, Zoe, because the door is right there. I can see it, even at the corner of my eye. So, nah. There's only the one door, so.
All right. Yay, Jill. I was going to ask about that. I just never got around to it because I've been busy. It's like you would think with the brain trust of people who have been on this show, it's like we would have some really good audio and video segments and stuff coming out of scale. I look forward to it.
Yes.
Make straight or hold the camera.
Do you want Winefield cameraman?
You're going to get it one way or the other. At least put them to use. I mean, listen, they're stabilization filters. We can do it post. Nope. Well, actually, it might be on the way, Arthurian. I don't know. I haven't checked, but nope. Maybe you want to ping them? I mean, it's Amazon. We were talking about that before we went live.
Yeah.
Pedro's got some stuff coming from Amazon, too. It's going to be done with. It's just when they get done doing it. The return has been accepted. I don't know if it's in the process of getting shipped. The biggest issue is it was sent as a gift, so they don't really pay much attention to the receivee.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sold out.
Hey, saw that. Oh, look. Someone's complimenting your LEDs.
They're light-emitting diodes.
And they're being complimented all the same.
I got so many LEDs down here. It's crazy. I mean, I could go daytime down here, just melt if I wanted to. It's mood lighting, man. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I have no idea how to use this remote really good. Wait, see? I hit the wrong button.
It does the pulse thing.
I was trying to get it to do. There we go. That's annoying.
Yes, moonlighting. No, seriously. Amazon really need to ship my toy. I want my toy.
Man,
wanna play
Amazon
around with
only
the toy.
takes their sweet time with things that you need or want.
That you really want.
Yeah. Then they're gonna play like, ooh, guess where it's at? Guess where it's at? And that's definitely a thing. But
Yeah. The only reason I didn't pay for the expedited dispatch delivery thing was because it was like an extra 15 pounds or something like that. It's like, no. Free shipping. There we go.
I'm guessing that made sense when you typed it, Sildat.
I think it was the LEDs melting your eyeballs, something like that,
I don't know.
or the moonlighting. Oh wow. Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Yeah, especially when you take a 720p image and crop into the two smallest moving parts of it and then zoom and enhance.
Enhance! Even Space Tanzania has better bandwidth, Zoe, come on.
On Discord, there you go. That's a secret, man. Pedro's pixelated. Fortunately, OBS has a filter.
That's why it looks so blurry. No, it's actually, I noticed what the, like, focus cap of this camera is, and it's right around here. Because if I'm here... Nope.
You see, you actually do the opposite strategy of Jordan. Jordan finds the one that's either a step out or a step too close, and he's like, perfect.
So yeah, basically all I need to do is turn off autofocus and increase the increase the sharpness by just a little bit so it doesn't look as blurry.
I think it looks all right. I'm going to be putting mustaches and shit on you now. I have no idea. Like more. I'm going to put mustaches on your head, like forehead. You're going to look like Klingons if Klingons had mustaches on their forehead.
Oh, instead of the ridges, it would be mustaches.
It is.
Okay, you know what? I was kind of iffy about that bot. That's okay. I'll
bot,
take it.
Yeah, immediately went into the progression of like, absolutely, I just put it in there. Like, what's this thing do? That was my entire thought process. It's like, oh, not much. I should get rid of it. Followed by, you need to get rid of this bot. It's like, oh, we're keeping it. Permanent fixture.
Does it only trigger if you start the sentence with lowercase?
I don't. It's got commands and stuff too.
Yeah.
That I haven't even. Like I said, I haven't looked into it. It's just too amusing watching people get grumpy at it. Okay.
Okay. It also works with uppercase. That's good. So whenever someone starts a sentence with I'm...
And, you know, you shouldn't be mean to Turbo Brad's father. He says, Pasha.
Oh. Yeah. It works without the apostrophe too. Hi to your mother.
Now it's getting complicated. I think we're about ready.
Good. Yes.
You see, I I missed the part where I thought it called Strider a retard instead of Spite. That's what I was laughing at. Then I saw that it was triggered.
You know, that was a good use of the delete function in Discord, Pizza Dude. Ah.
All right. I'm pretty much ready. I'm gonna go get a refill, and
Yes.
we shall start. Let's begin.
All right. So, shit realm. I feel like I've asked this question so many times, but games, what have you guys been playing? I was looking through the list of wine prefixes and getting rid of the ones I don't use. And I saw, oh, Fallout 3 is still installed. So I started that back up again. And god damn it, whatever Bethesda did with that game, they did it really well because I'm still freaking stuck on it. Minecraft VR on the gear. Okay. Assassin's Creed, the best one. Dungeons 3 and finished Dying Light. Yeah. Well, we finished Dying Light on stream, so. Basically, I only went back into Dying Light to actually finish the game and get through the quick time events. That was it. Really? You called that a final boss fight? Really? Really? Left 4 Dead 2 to work on the crop top? No, 40 FPS is alright. That's playable. It's the source engine. 60 is great, but you don't actually need it. Unless you're really picky. Heavy Rain. Heavy Rain. Heavy Rain. Oh, the David Cage one, right. I was thinking, you said Heavy Rain, and my brain went immediately to Risk of Rain. It's, oh, no, I like Risk of Rain. I like Risk of Rain a lot. Installed Debian Sid? Eh? I mean, yeah, I guess you'd have to be hammered to enjoy a David Cage game.
I don't know, Linux, because you're trying to make it to 50. Like your optimism.
If you're going to use Debian Unstable, just run Ubuntu. Just saying.
All right.
All right.
I'm working on it, buddy.
That's a lot of people saying there's buffering. How am I? Huh?
Not on this one.
Yeah, no, I don't see any buffering.
I'm sending 1.3 megabytes up. So.
Yeah.
All right.
Uh.
take that down. All right. For real this time, I think. Possibly. I can hear the lawn guy going around the back. That's what I'm waiting on right now. That's why I'm stalling everyone. I'm trying to figure out if he's going to come around the side. Like, it's just in a holding pattern.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna wait until I hit record. He's like, all right, go for it. Just buzz the side of the house.
That's when you know the universe is out to get you.
Mm-hmm. Which it is, admittedly. I mean, this is not news.
It's not paranoia if it is out to get you.
Right. That's why I just nod my head and smile when people are like, oh, the government's out to get you. It's like, that's little fucking potatoes, guys. I have all of existence and or reality after me. And the universe is not malice. It's just being a dick. Okay, there's nothing I can do, Sildat, other than tell you, okay.
It's bound to happen. Mm-hmm. It's YouTube.
All right. Let's do it. It'll noise gate
yes.
Anyway. If anyone sees me playing with audio, it's because I'm noise gating things. All right. Ready?
Yes.
In 3, 2.
Tonight, we talk of X's and hexes.
Ubuntu Mate shows more progress.
NVIDIA still hasn't pulled a summer.
And Ryzen 2 has sprung a leak. That's right. It's another great day for Linux, everyone. Let's go. And welcome back to Linux Weekly Daily Wednesdays, where we're going to sit back, relax, and talk about some of the cool things going on in the world of Penguin Land. I'm Ben Stone, joined every week by, yep, got it right, my co-host, you know him, you love him, Mr. Pedro.
Hello.
What's going on, man? It's you survived this blizzard, you survived the flood, mm-hmm. You survived eating cereal for breakfast. I mean, what?
Yeah, I'm still eating cereal for breakfast, so that might still happen. Who knows?
Anything new going on in your world?
Not really. Just waiting on Amazon to dispatch my toy.
Chromebook.
I want to play with my toy.
Man, it's so brutal when Amazon giveth, but sometimes it takes its sweet time.
Yeah.
Nothing really new to report over here. The internet's kind of stabled out, and I know it's about to explode now that I've said that. I guess I can say Good Guy Charter because they reversed a BS charge when we got everything set up for the almost. It's like we could give you a gigabit, but we're going to throttle it connection.
Mm-hmm.
And it just had a bunch of extra fees tacked on that, whatever. And I called them up. And they're like, yo, all right, we can reverse that. I didn't ask them. He's like, even the guy was like, yeah, okay, we need to take at least one of these off. And they did, so good on that. Not Linux related, but it helps us bring you this nonsense. And speaking of nonsense, BleachBit 2.0 is ready for public consumption.
Indeed. It's a serious update. I was reading through the release notes, and it's like, okay, so the general bits, there's some fixes there, and then specific to Linux. It's like, oh, yeah, we no longer mess with your RPMs and your APTs and the GTK theme caches and the thumbnails and everything else. And I'm going through the list, it's like, that reads a lot like reasons not to use BleachBit.
I don't know, man. There's a couple of things. This is 2.0. It's out. What is BleachBit? I had to look this up. Why, yes, I did. It frees disk space, reduce the size of backups. I'm reading off their web zone here. Maintain your privacy, improve system performance by vacuuming the Firefox database. Right, and prepare the whole disk image. Now, this sounds kind of useful. Prepare the whole disk images for compression if you're going to be ghosting something, or VM wiping the free disk space. This is like cache cleaning software with the GUI, maybe, question mark?
Yeah, but it's also very dangerous because, okay, BleachBit is also available for Windows, and if you've ever used like one of those temporary file removers or one of those registry optimizers for Windows, you know that those often introduce more problems that they actually fix. And, you know, ext4, BTRFS, for all the faults that they may have, slowing down over time is not one of them. Yes, if you have a slow hard drive, you're inevitably going to slow down over time because there's more stuff to search through. But we live in the age of SSDs. BleachBit isn't something the average Linux user should be running, in my opinion.
Well, I don't know. It also offers file shredding, which has been around forever, and that's just writing over the same segment, just really kicking the SSD in the junk if you're on that.
If you have discard for SSDs, that's what it does. It resets the flash.
Possibly, but if you wanted to be super secure, but then again, if you wanted to be super secure, you probably don't want to use BleachBit. You want to use bullets. Yeah, that's also very good.
A drill.
Drills,
yes.
Also a close second on that one. But if it makes you feel better, it doesn't look like it harms anything. And I know a lot of people moving over from Windows, they want things they're familiar with, like the little blankets, like registry cleaners and stuff like that. And if it provides them with a false sense of security that helps them continue using Linux, I say more power to them.
Yeah.
I don't know what this next thing we're about to talk about. Is this a real issue, or is this just somebody being grumpy about names?
It's, it's someone being grumpy about names and whether or not certain forks are going to be maintained and whether or not the fallout of, in the case that they're not maintained, he is probably going to have to deal with the fallout because people are going to blame him for some reason. And this is from Tingping's blog. If you don't know who he is the current maintainer of HexChat with an H, which, as you may know, is a fork of XChat without the H. And XChat itself, it's been, according to him, roughly 8 years since they've had any releases, and HexChat, on the other hand, has been actively maintained, and they've been going out of their way to fix all the CV security exploits, fix all the bugs that they can, and then someone else came along and created XChat, not the original one. They forked HexChat, took those patches, and basically applied them to the old XChat. So he is, there's a little bit of ego here because he's saying, yeah, I know the code base. I've been through it over and over and over. I've fixed many bugs. I've fixed many security exploits. And the original creator would have to brush up on the code to keep up with him. So there's a little bit of ego here. But yeah, it's about, forking everything.
Well, I think one of the points that could be made with this is this could lead to confusion because
also, yes,
you're not really getting XChat. You're getting something with a couple of backported pack. People don't use XChat. Okay, let it go. Just let it go. Use XChat if you're going to be. You can use Is BitCheck still around? I saw Linux.
Oh yes, BitCheck is still around and it still works.
if
you're living the terminal only life, that's the way to go.
Hey man, if it still works, yeah. Just the moral of this entire story is please use XChat because he's 100% right in saying that XChat's it's not maintained, and when you have the developer of a fork, the XChat telling you that I know XChat better than anyone else. So yeah, maybe heed those words. Okay, are you ready for the 2018 Mate Challenge?
Ooh, well, I don't know if I am, because apparently there's yet more progress. Yes. Martin Wimpress, you may know him, you may love him. I know I do.
Okay, hang on.
He
I'm just going to tap the brakes on this. Martin, you were banned from using emojis for a full week because this is ridiculous, man.
There's
This is
quite a few,
ridiculous.
yes.
Okay, sorry. I didn't mean to interject.
Yeah, no, it's about the 1804 LTS mate that is coming along. Oh looks like there's an empty. They have mate desktop 120, which we talked about last week. Which is it's good to see because there are a lot of improvements. High DPI support, dynamic scaling. It supports DRI 3 and X present, so if you are using the Mesa drivers, even the NVIDIA drivers, performance in games will probably see an increase, especially if you're using the Intel drivers. That's where it's the most noticeable. They have improved the global menu and the Mate HUD. They improved the dock applet, which is something I very much enjoy about Mate, which is basically dockbar X for the Mate panel. The artwork, Martin says that they're no longer shipping Mate backgrounds by default, and instead they're using some high quality wallpapers from Unsplash. So, yeah.
I don't know, man. One of
it's
the
a
things I'm
wallpaper.
looking at that kind of got me a little excited was the Mate images are going to be available for the Raspberry Pi around the time 1804.1 is out. And emojis aside, Martin, I think I will take the 2018 Mate Challenge because I took it in 2017 and it was a hot mess because
Oh, there's also the minimal installation, which is something if you don't really like the default apps that you want to Mate came with for some reason. Now you can get the minimal installation, you run that, and you install only what you want, and there's minimal cleanup to do after that, so you can just set your system up from there. And that is, well, basically bringing Fedora to the Ubuntu world.
that's the thing. Well, sometimes you just want to install the desktop manager like me. And
Yeah.
even XFCE fortunately gives you the option of not installing all the add-ons, the extra features. Like, I don't want all that cruft, and it's definitely good. It's there. I look forward to breaking it in new and interesting ways. What do we got up next, man?
Up next, we have Linux from scratch. Yes, they've been in the news lately. There was a couple of the one RC that came out earlier in February, and on the 2nd of March, they released version 8.2. And they say, in total, 34 packages were updated since last release. And at first thought, I was like, yeah, that seems a bit low. And then I remembered, this is Linux from scratch we're talking about. 34 packages is about all you need to get it running.
Well, it's Linux from scratch, man. For those of you who consider Gentoo just a little too mainstream, that's I do have that right, correct? This is roll your own.
Yeah, this is Linux from scratch. You get the base Linux install that you need and everything else, audio, video, desktop environment. Basically, it's if Arch decided to basically remove all the aids, not the disease, the helping bits, and said, nope, you sort it out, you do it yourself. This is, this makes or break people if they're trying to quote-unquote learn Linux. We've had that discussion last week.
I don't know, man. I mean, would you just describe setting that up? Isn't this like installing BusyBox with a bunch of extra steps?
Yeah, pretty much. Now, to be fair, they do offer different books. There's the basic one, which is just the Linux from scratch, if you would, as you would expect it. And there's also the developer one, which comes with the development tools installed and Python and a couple of other things. But yeah, it's Linux from scratch. It's good to see that it's still around and still being actively developed. It's always a fun project, and if you can get it running, heck, send us a screenshot. I'm totally down for that.
If the asylum allows outgoing communication. Don't break any rules. So I ran across
Yes.
this, just kind of playing around. It's App Image Hub. Is it .com? No, .github.io. All this business is going to be in our show notes along with everything else. It's a crowdsourced. That's what got my attention. Central App Image Directory. And, well, it's exactly what it says on the tin. It's a place to go dig around for your app images. I think there's currently like 200-ish in there. I just kind of want to give it a plug. It's like, all right, this is the thing. We need things like this. And, however, this implementation, if you want to call it that, could use some work because it's missing things like basic search functions.
Oh, yes. Yeah, no. How about that search box? I could do some search box while going through the website. I thought, oh, you know what? Maybe it's just the homepage. It's they just load everything up on the homepage, and if you click on the apps, maybe they'll give you like a little search box that you can. No, no, they don't.
No.
They give you a table.
Nope, that costs extra. So yeah, that needs some work with the searchability. It's definitely not. I remember I was looking for a new. I didn't want to build the new VLC from Sauce.
Mm-hmm.
I always get to that point. It's like, you know what? I'm done installing deps. Let's just get up. And I uninstalled Snap. And where's an app image? Then I ran across this through my search. So hey, if you're good with that. UX design, web zone design, and go give them a hand because we need something like that with the app images, because there's the Snap repo. And yeah.
There's Snapcraft for snaps. There's the Flat Hub for flat packs. We need like a centralized thing for hosting all the app images. And yeah, this could very well be it. It just needs some work because... Also, I can't help but feel like it was a missed opportunity to not release this as like an Electron app, as an app image.
In a Snap.
In a flat.
We can make it happen, people. We can make it happen. J.A. Watson over at ZDNet, he took not one, but 5 different Linux distributions for a spin on his brand new shiny HP laptop. Which, what was it, 256 gig SSD, terabyte hard drive, a couple of gigs of RAM, spec'd out 15-inch screen, HDMI, Bluetooth, Realtek, Ethernet, SD card reader, and touchpad with, in all caps, real buttons. What did he try on it? OpenSUSE, the tumbleweeds, that's on the Debian, however you want to do it.
Debane, yes.
Debane. Don't debane me about it, Debane. Manjaro. That's a thing. He gave that a spin. Fedora, personal favorite, gave me a spin on that. OpenSUSE Leap.
Wait. So he tried, let's see, OpenSUSE, Debian, Manjaro, Fedora, and OpenSUSE. So he tried 4 distros. Not 5.
Hey, man, I'm just reading. What are you? Are you a cop, man? I mean, you got like notes?
It's like, oh yeah, I tried 4 distros on my new laptop. No, you tried 4.
Hey, I tried Linux.
4.
I've installed 6 Linux, man. Shut up. You don't know what you're talking about.
He's going, yeah, he literally wrote an article about he installed like 5 different Linuxes, but there's only 4.
I guess
That's my sticking point with this article. That's it. That's all I got.
However you want to rock and roll with it. The only takeaway from this is go read through it if you want, but it's basically the headline should read breaking news. In 2018, Linux basically just works out of the box on laptops.
Go figure.
What do we get up next, man?
Well, up next, we have some Electron. It's our Electron news bit of the week, and it's FreeTube. It's an open source desktop YouTube player built with privacy in mind. Watch your favorite YouTube videos and privacy concerns and things. So the way that they do it is actually kind of interesting, because it avoids the ads by pulling the video file directly and playing it over their own player. Okay, so you're avoiding the ads, the the whole supporting the creators thing aside for a moment. If doing all that actually improves performance to the point where, say, you would be able to play a 1080p YouTube video on a 2009 netbook, then I could see a use case for this. As it stands, it doesn't, because I tried it. And it's not... what's the point? It's YouTube, it's Electron.
I think the biggest push for this is allowing you to follow channels and make playlists and stuff like that without having a Google account, because the Googles.
Oh yeah, Google is evil. You hear that, Google? The 2 Android phones, Android tablet. Let's see. Oh yes, the microphone that's plugged into this PC running 2 different versions of Chrome. Yes.
Oh man. I got as far as I even left a comment on the Reddits. I saw this on R Linux, and thankfully a brave soldier was in there. Was like, wait a minute, this is Electron. I wrote back, wait a minute, thank you for saving me that download. That's not going to happen. I don't need a web browser for my web browser. 100%. But
Yeah.
maybe you might want to tap out on the, like, hey, the people who spend a lot of time and make content and get pennies, literally $15 a month if we're lucky from YouTube. We found a way to... Here's a tip. If you want to bypass the Google stuff, make a throwaway Google account. Your life's going to be easier. Every Android, every desktop allows for multiple account logins. And trust me, there's nothing you're doing Google's interested in. Okay? Just dial the paranoia back just a little bit, please. Yeah. Okay. So, Pedro, we are 100% NVIDIA shills that only use AMD processors in our desktops.
Yes. Yeah. I actually had someone call me that once on Twitter. I even got a screenshot. It's like, no, I'm running an AMD processor. Oh, you photoshopped that. I'm running Linux. But no, we do run NVIDIA cards, and yes, we have said time and time again that until AMD pull a summer when it comes to their GPUs, we can't really consider them an alternative. And NVIDIA, for the most part, they've been doing okay, except for the 390 series of drivers. Because, man, those are busted. And there have been numerous reports and numerous people complaining about performance and rendering issues, like the topic at hand. There's the like sort of black smearing / tearing that happens on secondary displays. There's
oh man, come on, listen. This is 5 pages on. We're talking about the 390 drivers.
Six now.
6 pages. Radio silence. Aaron, listen. Aaron, love you. I know you. But yeah, here's the thing. You said you can't replicate it. I need your system configuration so I can replicate your system. So this expletive deleted starts working on this end, because I'm stuck at 414 on this production box because I can't run the 390 drivers. The issues are real, man. That's a spin bug. Hard locks the box. Okay? That's a real issue. The flickering. I have experienced it on this end. So of all these people here. And I know it's not just because I run 2 of your NVIDIA products, which one being a 980, that thing wasn't cheap back in the day, and the display port on the UHD display, like clockwork, it resets it when it comes out as a spin, which stops my non-existent little heart organ every time because it's a very expensive monitor. And your first thought's like, yeah, well, it died. Yeah, man, let's
I don't know. I honestly don't know how you possibly can't replicate this. There are enough people in that thread running every single card since there's even someone with a GTX 6 something on it, and everyone is experiencing it regardless of distro, regardless of whatever GPU they're using. It's the 390. If you're using the 390 dot whatever drivers, you're experiencing these issues. So again, like Ven already said, what are you running there, Aaron? Because I want to run that.
Inquiring minds want to know. They also want to know what's up with Kali Linux, man, and why is it available in the Windows Store? Maybe that's something.
I don't know. I honestly don't know about this.
We're excited to announce that you can now download and install Kali Linux via the Windows Store! Our community expressed great interest. No, they didn't. to bring Kali Linux to WSL. I'm guessing that's short for Windows Store. I don't know.
It's the Windows subsystem for Linux.
Okay.
Yeah, it's. I was reading this at work, and I just started laughing out loud. And Dave was like, "Are you okay?" Yeah. Do you know Kali Linux? You mean used to be called Backtrack?
Backtrack,
yes,
yeah.
the very same.
I remember Backtrack. I probably have CDs, not DVDs, CDs with Backtrack on it.
Yeah, that one is now available for you to install on the Windows subsystem for Linux. And he's like, "Oh, you're kidding me." Nope. So it's okay. It's Windows, right? So if Microsoft keeps feeding the NSA information about their users, all the script kiddies using this are gonna go away, right?
Man, I don't know. It's just like, okay, maybe now finally all the elite hackers can install Babby's first pen test distro from the Windows Store. Man, okay, that's the thing. Just be careful. I know, Mike. There's definitely parts of Microsoft that are trying to be less smitey and dicky. We've established that those people exist inside of Redmond. But there's still a gang of the old crowd hanging around, man. So watch yourself. Not necessarily Linux related, but seeing as we're now AMD shills after being NVIDIA shills, there was a little bit of a leak. Just a quick mention, so don't get too upset, Strider, about the Ryzen 7 2800X and some other bits of kit, the 1950, 1920, 1900. But no, the 2700, 2700X, 2600, 2400G, and the 2200 with pricing availability to be believed. And looking at the 2700X and the 2600X at 249, 369 respectively. Oh man, okay, is the Prism cooler the one that blinks more?
It blinks not just in red, it actually has the full RGB gamut.
So they wouldn't charge me extra for that? Or is that just to put an X on the end?
It's the 2700X. As far as we know, according to the leaks, it's the highest end Ryzen 2 part. And according to the chart comparison, depending on the game on Windows, it is anywhere between 85% to 115 or 112% faster than the 1800X. So it is a noticeable improvement, which comes with higher clock speeds and higher TDPs, obviously. But that just means that AMD has come to the point where they understand the Ryzen technology that they created, and they feel comfortable raising the clocks and raising the temperature output just to make sure you get that bit extra performance. And if it never does, I know it never does, it's just me rooting for AMD to get Intel out of the market dominance. According to one of their graphs, they have like a little overlay between, you have the Ryzen 2700X and the i7 8700K, and you can see the i7 spiking in certain games, but most others, it's right on par. And there's a sizable price difference between the two, so...
Well, don't worry. Once Dell gets a hold to them, they'll cripple them, like they've done with their recent laptop offerings. And
come on, Dell.
I'm just curious to see how this plays out in social media world, because, we're a decade removed from the last time Intel did something this shady, not Dell. And, hey, that's the thing. I got to be honest with you, though. Looking at some of the air quotes all over leaked benchmarks and that are toads being...
They're AMD benchmarks. Don't believe them. And please.
Well, I'm talking about the ones that people have these products right now.
Oh, yeah.
They're doing samples. And it's not that big of a night and day difference. I definitely think these parts, I'm sitting with a 1700 and you have a 1500? 1600. Yeah. Not tempted to upgrade. It's like...
Nope.
No, I'm good. But if you're looking to build a Ryzen system, 100% go for these, or the 1700, 1700X, 1800X.
Yeah, that's cheap. The other bit, because if these come out and they turn out to be good, then the old parts get a sizable discount, and you can get them for cheaper.
You can make it rain, Ryzen 7. It'll be brilliant.
Yeah.
Hey, let's give everyone a quick mention who supports this wacky little show
Oh,
that we
yes.
do. That sounds like something you might be interested in because we don't do the ads and stuff like that. Just linuxgamecast.com. Boom, right on that support page. We got Amazon affiliate links. We got a wish zone where you can make us read out things, which I'm going to do in a hot second. Newegg, Humble. Thank you, everyone, through Humble. We've raised over $100 through charity with you shopping through that link. We have PayPal and Magic Internet Money, but we do want to thank a couple of people this week, and this is the cool part because our latest patron to join us, Betty.
Hello, Betty.
Hello.
Thank you.
Hello. And Mr. Matthew L, not
It's
C.
the other Matthew.
It's the other
yes.
Matthew, the nice one. He has increased his pledge on Patreon. That's awesome. Jellybean picked us up the lights, which I guess I owe everyone that.
Yes, hit the button. There
Okay,
we go.
I've hit the button. It has a remote. Still playing with that. That's not going to be 100% like sold shot. That I've just been busy. Yeah, oons, right? And that's kind of brilliant. Thanks for that. It's you do get to send in one of these if you pick anything up from the wish zone. It's hi Linux Gamecast. Enjoy your gift, Jellybean. So a little more tame than some of them. But we are racing towards our $250 goal.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, man. Could you like throw a couple of quarters at our head? Because then we're going to be bringing Jill on. You know her, you love her, full time, all the time, and that's going to be neat because they're also out there right now. They've just picked up our Leprechaun to do some coverage at scale. That's going to be awesome. And I think if we can get the schedules worked out, until we can hit that 250, we're going to be bringing Jill on to kind of get everyone acclimated at the end of every month. So the last episode of every month is going to be an interesting. We have to de-giggle her. And don't worry. We tried this procedure on Pedro. It didn't stick. So
No.
didn't work all that. But yeah, patreon.com/Linux Gamecast if you want to help us crush that goal and get some cool stuff in return, including our crazy little Discord, which is terrifying. Oh, hang on. Jeez, man, look at them. There they are. There they are right now, being horribly irresponsible, which I fully approve of. Okay.
They're socializing. What kind of Linux users are they? Oh.
How about some cereal pie?
Ooh, pie. Yes, we actually have the 3 this week. First off, we have someone who, well, he had a guitar, and he wanted to basically replace his physical but limited amp, and he wanted to add some effects to his electric guitar, and turns out you have a pretty powerful computer in your pocket nowadays. So he found a way to wire the guitar into
Orange
a Pi.
Use the
Yes,
orange
an
pie,
orange
not the
pie.
raspberry pie. Yeah.
No. This is the Orange Pi. It's one of the competitors. And then wire the Orange Pi to a little wireless thingy, which also drives their wireless direct headset. I guess that's Wi-Fi direct because he very specifically says wireless and not Bluetooth. So I'm guessing that's what he's using. And yeah, I'm not really a music person, but that sounds neat.
Well, it goes on and getting jack and everything up and running. I mean, this then making it completely headless. For me, this was definitely more of the something that I really enjoyed about Linux, and I still enjoy about Linux, but it was really prevalent way back in the day of like learning 3 or 4 different skills on your road, on your journey, figuring out how to do that one thing. And I like something like this. This will give you effects and all that. Didn't have the heart to tell the guy like the adapters exist for a few quid to accomplish everything that he just did on that. But it's all about the journey. All about the journey.
Yeah.
So this might be a little more useful. This is the PyText reader, an easy to use document reader for impaired vision. For people with impaired, that's what they should say, because impaired vision doesn't need this. The person with impaired vision
Yes,
does.
the abstract concept of impaired vision doesn't have ears.
Yeah, man. They write PyText reader allows for someone with impaired vision to read text from envelopes, letters, and other items. You basically stick it under it, it takes a picture using OCR, and generates and can't see. I want to use all these words that we're not allowed to use on Wednesdays. Plops it out using text to speech and one button control, no internet connection required, less than 100 quid, and always ready to go. And bonus. Oh, wait, cons? What? Wait, hang on. That's cons?
Yes, there's pros and cons.
That is not a con. Speech sounds like Stephen Hawking. That's a bonus.
No. To some people, that's totally a bonus.
Mm-hmm. No,
but it's a really interesting project. I personally would have never thought of that because I'm one of those elitist douches who has sort of okay eyesight. My right eye is a lost cause, but my left eye is okay. But this is great, and you actually brought up an interesting point of contention in the notes.
This guy.
Yes.
This guy.
Yeah.
I brought up a use case. I'm good at doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
First off, the first thing everyone's going to do is feed it the XKCD comic, Bobby Drop Tables. You just got to get that out of your system. But once you've done that, if you can get this thing to do foreign character recognition and translation, because there have been so many times I've had products that I've ordered that were just weapons grade Chinesium, and I just wanted to see what the original text said, if I could feed it that. But that would be very handy.
That is a very good. It's a very good point. I did have a look for the all the software that does speech, text to speech on Linux, and there are quite a few that have very good foreign language support, including bitmap fonts like Japanese, Korean, what have yous. It's I guess it shouldn't be that much of an issue, but it's going to be an issue because the one person who actually needs it in, say, like South Korea, they really want to get this to work for some member of their family, and it just doesn't work. Yeah, that sucks.
Well, yeah, I mean, and fair warning, if you expose it to Welch, it will explode on contact. So, please keep that in mind. LGC cares.
Stick to Shropshire. It's right there.
Last but not least in the slice of pie is adding a Raspberry Pi inside a NumWorks calculator, which just falls under the equal 50% of why, followed by, all right, that's kind of neat. Because I was reading through this. And it's like, yeah, you shoved up Raspberry Pi, and he got halfway through it, and he's like, yeah, you know what? It needs Wi-Fi. It's like, yes.
And it does. It's a Raspberry Pi 0W, and that's not just a calculator shell for the Raspberry Pi 0W. That's an actual calculator with the 0W soldered into the SPI connector. And I was reading through this because, like, oh, yeah, that's really neat. And I started reading through it, and it's like, oh, you have to do a lot of maths. Oh, you have to worry about interrupt queues. Okay.
It's a very nice package, and I think on our TSA acceptance factor, this is...
Oh, that'll fly by completely unnoticed.
As long as they don't open the case. They open the case, you're going to have splaining to do. But yeah, if you're watching the video version, you can see it's a very neat, clean installation with a Pi, a W, with a Pi 0. Do you use W? Okay.
Yeah, it's a Pi 0W for the wirelesses.
I think it's kind of important, there's no error handling if anything goes wrong with the input. So this thing is just hard lock. Kind of respect that. Got to do.
So if you don't get the RRQs right, no, that's just not going to work.
You speak the true. Pedro, tell the people how they can get a hold to us if they want to ask a question or tell us that we're really neat and awesome and they enjoy watching us on Wednesdays. That we'll never get that email.
Why you would say that, I don't know. But if you really feel the need to, go to linuxgamecast.com, hit the contact button, fill out the form, make sure to pick LWDW. I can't even say that. LWDW from the little drop-downy form. It's really easy. The CAPTCHA is probably going to have you do some maths too. I do apologize in advance for that, but yeah, it's there. You got to do it. It's the best way that you have to get in touch with us. You can also leave comments on YouTube, on Google Plus, on Patreon. We will most definitely see and read those, but we will probably answer those right then and there. While if you send us some actual genuine feedback, you'll be featured right here, right now, and you'll not have been dropping the ball because you did not this week. This week we had to recital one of the bits. Recital? No, recycle. One of the bits from last week.
See,
what is going on with my English?
Pedro's not blaming the audience. He's messing up the English. Check this out. Andrew Y. This is our little bit we got for this week, though. He writes, he's like, hey, man, summaries and timeline, please. This is on last week's episode. Not every topic you talk about. See, Pedro, you're infecting me. Every topic you talk about is not of interest for me. I'd love to be able to skip topics. Thanks. Pro tip. If you would like to skip topics, use the fast forward button.
Yeah, but there was someone who on our Saturday show actually, and I commend him. I do. I commend him for having the patience and the perseverance to stick it all the way to the end.
And then that elusive hero,
timestamp.
the wanderer, to be known as Adventures of Friezo, appears to have taken up the voluntary role, nay, position, as the official, unofficial LGC scribe of business. Because she, Galgamac, I don't know, has outlined not one, but two Linux Gamecast Weeklies. Maybe that'll make it over to Linux Weekly Daily Wednesdays. I don't know. But here's a good point. If you're listening, Andrew, is you can kind of ballpark it, because I'm guessing you're watching the YouTube video. That's why you left a comment on YouTube. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just guessing here. We do video because we do a live stream, because we have a bunch of patrons and people who show up live, and we want to give them that. It's not we're not a YouTube show. Sorry, not at all. Not even the slightest. So if you want to skip around, go over to our web zone. See, old people, we have these website things with these show notes, and you can kind of pick out where the topics are by where it is in order. Or just kind of
it's the show notes. It's what they're there for. But no, good on you, Adventures of Friezo. Good on you. That was amazing.
Keep that up. We'll make that official and put it in the because theoretically, if we don't have the budget to do that, I'm sorry. But if you could just exercise caution, because everyone who volunteers time to this crazy project that we started 5 years ago gets put to work. So, all right. I think that's going to do us. I completely forgot to make it Rain Penguin when we were doing the plug segment.
Yeah,
thanking everyone. I just wanted to get that in. Ha ha. Now, we'll see you next week. It's been real. It's been beautiful. Time for the credits, which you're probably in.
Right now.
I'll put the music in there one day when I get tired of it.
Yeah, it's still kind of amazing to think about. We've been doing this for so long with the support of all these lovely people. It's like, it's been over 2 years.
Well,
over 2 years.
Maybe we'd get more support if you'd quit talking down to them, and the feedback section be like, you got to do more. You got to send it. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, I'm just asking them to, call us out. Send some feedback. Send some improvement. Send some something.
All right.
I like talking to you a lot.
I'm going to send
it's the reason
feedback.
I'm here.
I'm going to send you some feedback next week. It's not going to be pretty.
Meh, fair enough.
And we're out. Boop to the after shows.
Boops.
Okay. Oh.
Aha.
Jesus! He's been fused. He's like half leprechaun, half lumberjack. He's the leperjack.
He's the. Yes, the leperjack.
They've unlocked futuristic technique. They've made him more powerful than we could have ever alone.
Okay, I'm kind of curious about the two people on the background to the right there. What's the story behind those two?
Great, now they're going to turn around and break it.
Yeah, get them another picture.
Okay, I need to save projects. Crunch LWDW05. LWDW. Save. I gotta get with Empty and give him all the components for our t-shirt idea. It's not even an idea.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna make the t-shirt and get it out there. Just like a little sample thing, but
Yeah.
it's pretty good. I'm not gonna spoil it for everyone. Sorry, that massive tease. You'll be happy with it. The only reason I'm making it is because PC Per made one that's kind of like it, and it's like, dude, I can do so much better than that. Even I, with my cripple art. Let's see. Did we have any vote.linuxgamecast.com where you can participate and play the home game if we had anyone who suggested some show titles, things we said during the show?
Yeah, they did.
Wait a minute. This is Electron. All right, I'll give that one a vote.
I like how I load the page and number 1 voted topic is 1.
1.
Number 2 voted topic is 0.
Yep. Linux Nero. You just guaranteed that's not getting disabled. Nope.
The debate in Linux was a good one.
I did a business.
That's a joke.
That's a joke. I don't know, man. I think if I was going to take the Pepsi challenge, we're going to see pretty good Vegas support by the end of this year.
Oh, yeah. They already, with 4.15, they introduced most of what you need to actually get some really good performance with the latest Mesa drivers out of your Vega cards. So by the end of the year, it's not as good as it's going to get. Yeah.
We're also going to have a lot more access to Vega because they're going to be in some wicked cheap APUs.
Yep. Vega 8, Vega 4, and Vega 2 on the Ryzen 3s, 5s, and 7s in reverse order.
I don't know. I'll probably have a 2400 by the end of the year. I'm not going to be able to hold out too much longer.
Yeah,
it's easy to do right now because memory's still stupid expensive.
Yeah. Yeah, it's that's probably the one I'm going to be using for the Xbox 360 build. It's the thing is, the RAM is pretty expensive. The motherboard costs almost the same as the CPU does. So, yeah.
I found one that was $10 cheaper than the chip. $89. Asus Mini ITX.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, well, what are the specifications? It's like it powers on. That is my.
It's a B350. It runs what you need it to run. Okay.
It's like APU. I'm not looking to deck this thing out, man. It's like it doesn't support dual NVMe. It's like good.
The one NVMe is all I need because it's going to have probably an M-SATA, not an M-SATA, an M.2 SATA instead of an actual NVMe drive, but it is going to be using the M.2 slot.
Mm.
It's that. The motherboard would be great if it had wireless, but that's not really a necessary component for my build. And the 2400, because, yeah.
I just...
And if they release between now and like June-ish, if they release the 2600 or another APU with the Vega 10s. I'm kind of with Jordan on that one. It's like, yeah, give us a Vega 10 APU.
I'm looking at buying one. This is how I'm justifying it, ladies and gentlemen, is to build a 24/7 stream box that I can plop down here.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be, reruns of our horse shenanigans, but a live chat, so people can continue on. Yeah, in the live chat, be it IRC or the Discord live chat. Background noise, basically. Either that or I'll just do like a 10-hour supercut of Pedro giggling. I'm 50-50 on this at this point.
You could probably do both. I mean, it's only 10 hours. You could intersperse the giggling with some stuff or just have the full 10 hours and then more stuff, then another 10.
Also true. Also true. Exactly, Jill. That's what I've been trying to say the entire time.
It's Wednesday, so we can't cuss.
That's 9 plus. I like how Linux Nuru buys things that I'm like, that's out of my price range.
Mm-hmm. The S9 Plus, get the Dex dock, Linux Nuru. Let us know how that works too. Because I saw a display, I think it was Mobile World Conference, that they had the Dex dock with whatever Samsung phone plugged in, and it had 3D acceleration working. We're getting there. Slowly but surely, we're getting there.
I fired up the after shows and just for a hot minute. If Jill, you want to put empty already? I don't even know. You guys are eating though.
Yeah. And they're working off 3G.
Ooh, hard mode.
Or LTE.
BlackBerry Priv, man. Privs I had a curve before the whole smartphone thing took off. Now they just have, like, Blackberries are just running Android now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nokias are also running Android now.
Lawyers love Blackberries. This is true as somebody who's went through law school twice.
Lawyers and doctors. We have so many old Blackberries down in the basement that are waiting to go for decommission. And every now and again, one of the general practitioners comes in. It's like, oh yeah, I have some equipment from here, but I'm moving to other places that are going to give me equipment there. Here's my phone. Here's my laptop. It's like, this is a BlackBerry. Yeah, I've had it for a while. Yeah.
RX 480 works pretty. Yeah.
The RX 480 was like the GPU, the one GPU that AMD managed to eke out. It's like, okay, good price point, good performance, just push it out. And Rasha Kaduri had to go up on stage and say, 2 of these in Crossfire will outperform a GTX 1080. Yeah, I still haven't forgotten about that, no matter how much you want me to.
Did you see that tweet that Raja did? Where he was like, yeah, I was at the grocery standing in line and somebody said, you can't wear that anymore. He was wearing his Ryzen hoodie.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even know what to say to that.
We have to see what Intel's going to come out with the AMD GPUs and their CPUs. I'm curious. I will admit I have a sort of morbid curiosity for that whole thing.
I don't know. Well, we need the Cyrix Matrox with the Matrox APU.
Oh yeah, you can run Doom on anything. They got Doom running on that calculator we talked about.
Well, you can run Doom on anything as long as you can shove a Raspberry Pi in it, man. Come on, let's be honest with people. It's like saying, hey, look, I fused this hamster and banana with duct tape. You know, you're not exactly achieving fusion there. Abacus. Of course I have an abacus. No one would be surprised.
Okay.
I know how to use an abacus. How about that? Jill's trying to communicate.
Mm-hmm.
Too much leprechaun interference.
Yeah, no. That's not working.
An attempt was made, ladies and gentlemen.
Fair enough, Jill. Appreciate it. You tried, but yeah.
That was full at the beginning of the show. I don't have a 40. I got a 67.8.
Eh, 2016 Doom.
Sup, drugs?
If you can run Vulkan, yeah, you probably can get it to work.
Oh, we're going to be talking about Vulkan 1.1 Saturday because that's an update. That makes me all the happy with some of the stuff pushing out. Now, NVIDIA has released an updated driver for Linux that supports all the 1.1 stuff. It's just really old, but it's new. That doesn't get confusing.
Yeah, it's based off of an old build.
Which, I mean, it's understandable why they do it.
If it works with the kernel 415,
if it worked with 415, life would be uber better. I don't know.
Yeah, probably doesn't though. They usually don't bring like the new kernel or whatnot support. Your try, Jill. It's still not working.
Yeah, I moved you over to a different DAC on the system, but just to make sure that wasn't the issue. I just like the fact that they're trapped in the, well, kind of they are. They're in California. They're in LA. So yeah, it is a bubble pocket universe. They're trying to communicate. What's that, Lassie?
Nope. Timmy's stuck in the well again. Good.
Oh man. Good times. I'm just waiting for it to come. It's like, we will tear your world apart.
I will eat your soul.
Hellraiser, man.
Hey, there it is.
Yeah. I always thought Hellraiser would make like a really good Saturday morning kids cartoon.
Nope.
Basically, Tech. Where's LeVar Burton when you need him, huh? Maybe you could read a book. All right. We got anything else crazy going on? I'm gonna bounce up out of here.
No.
What are you having for dinner tonight?
Don't know yet. There's some meat in the fridge. I probably need to cook that at some point. Most likely tonight. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. But there will be something. Most definitely.
Oh yeah, drugs. LGC cares, man. I keep that's an option I have to set, the DVR functionality.
Mm-hmm.
So you can always, I mean, it also works if you have some weird buffering issues. So, Let's see. No, we've only been alive 1 hour, 19 minutes, and 52 seconds.
Does it let you go back to yesterday's stream?
Oh, no, man. It sounds drugs got hold of some of that next level tech.
He's in the TARDIS and he's being coy about it.
Yes, that's right, Satan. Next level tech. All right, beautiful people. Died if we love you. We'll see you
Yes.
Thursday. I don't know if we'll see you, but I think the Canadians will return with what are they streaming? Divinity?
Divinity Original Sin.
Canada's going to suck at that. It's kind of entertaining. I don't like those games myself, but it's fun watching those two argue. So
It's Jordan and Sandy.
mhm.
That's about as Canadian as it gets, and it's hilarious.
Or we might do something completely different. We don't know, because that would involve making plans. But come check that out, linuxgamecast.com. Check the schedule if you want to do that. Thanks again to all the beautiful party patrons and everyone else who's helping in their own special way. We'd be like Short Bus Special, man, because that's us. That's how we roll. It's brilliant. All right. Bye, everyone. We'll see you. We'll hang out on Discord for a hot minute for anyone listening in.